So guys, you join me under the car, and as you can probably tell, that is front subframe back in. Just finished plugging in our two connectors that came off for the steering rack. Luckily they both, I like this VW style rather than the push ones, the tab ones, so that's good. You don't have to disconnect the third one that's hiding up there. That's just the connector between the motor and the steering column shaft itself. Yeah, so don't have that one back in yet, but we've loosely got some bolts back in here. The front ones are loosely back in. It's now just going to be a case of lining everything up. But if you are dropping a subframe, I don't know what this is. This little box under the engine looks like it's connected to the starter motor. One big plug up there that comes to here on the pan, and to the oil level sensor as well. If you disconnect those, they are part of the same wiring harness that goes here. You might just be able to see there like a corrugated line. That's the one that goes between the motor and the top of the rack where the steering connects to, the steering shaft. The wiring wants to run between that. That's how it was, so that's how it's going back on. Obviously don't forget you've got your, at the back you'll have two 13mm for your rear exhaust hanger on there. You got two 16s for the gearbox right here. The short one is at the front because the mount is thicker at the back. Please do remember that, otherwise you'll send bolts through your gearbox casing. Yeah, loosely got ball joints back on both sides. Apologies for any motion sickness. Yeah, so trolley jack works a treat. If you try and centre it around this area, you'll be able to lift it up nice and straight. All I did was first I propped it up on some blocks of wood, and that gave me enough height to get the trolley jack under, jacking up. Always easy to get the two front ones in first, front bolts for subframe, just to hold it, get a rear one in. So now I'm just going to crack and get the rest of these bolts in. Well, what can I say? That is this side now buttoned up. I've got a brand new drop link. You can hear it loose on the other side. The other side's not done yet, but obviously new bottom arm, brand new second hand shock absorber. Our original GTI spring is now on there. That's all good. Hoping this drive shaft's going to be okay. I think it's just sat at a weird angle, so that should be fine. Yeah, subframe's back in, all the bolts are done up tight, which is nice. Underneath too, so we've got the 18mm at the front and the two 16mm at the back. The two 13mm for the exhaust hanger, and two 16mm for the front gearbox mount, dog bone thing. Oil level sensors plugged back in, the rack's plugged back in. I did disconnect the battery, by the way, before I started unplugging the rack. Some of them wires on that rack look quite hefty, if I'm honest. But yeah, all ball joints back tight. All the track rod ends back bolted in. Now this is a used rack, which, you know, ideally you want to be putting new inners and outers on if you're swapping a rack, just because it's easier. Well, I haven't, so that is what it is. All the boots on these look fine, and they didn't have excessive play in the joints, so they're gonna do. What I have done, however, is I've taken a wire brush now, I've cleaned these threads up, because I will take it to be tracked, and the last thing I want to do is rock up there with some crusty inner rods. So I have coated them with WD as well after wire brushing them, so they don't corrode until that point. But that's really all there is to do on this side. I'll show you the other side and what I'm having a problem with. Oh, so it's so much nicer not being laid on the floor, and as you can see we've got our original suspension on this side. Now the issue really does come down to this lower drop link. Now I, for the life of me, don't know why I can't cut this. I cannot get it to cut. It's not high strength steel. So I'm going to need an angle grinder. And I do have one, but I don't have it with me, which is annoying. I don't have a nut cracker either. If I had a nut cracker, yeah, I could crack that, release the tension and get that out of there. But whoever put triple square splines on the inside of these wants hanging. Because that is just not. I've tried mole grips on the inside here. I've tried it all. I even don't know my own strength and managed to snap this rod clean off from trying to lever it and use leverage to stop it from moving. But we get a nice glimpse at our belt there, our auxiliary belt, and that looks absolutely tip top. So yeah, not really finding evidence of any oil leaks under here, which is absolutely lovely. Yeah, it just looks like a well-maintained, honest car. I'm very glad now it's back with its subframe in. I do need to connect the steering rack on the inside. I do need to then turn the car on and see what kind of errors it throws me. Hopefully none, but we'll see. I suppose it's drivable like that, I guess. But it's not how it should be, is it? I mean, the main stuff, I mean, yeah, but that not only is that going to make a horrendous racket, that just needs to come off. I'm going to see if I've got a fresh blade for my recip saw, see if that'll do it, but I don't hold out much hope. But yeah, so steering rack, subframe, back in, and then same again on this side. I clean those threads up, throw some WD on just in the meantime. Jesus. So I had a grinder that wasn't cordless, and now I've got a cordless one because the wired one just absolutely stopped working. Now you can see that's gone blue. I don't know what this is made of, but this is some proper gnarly stuff. But as you can see there, I was able to grind a flat surface onto it, and allowed me to use these mole grips to stop that from spinning and get that off. So it's time to throw a new drop link on. And there we have it, guys. One new drop link on. Yeah. Oh, what a nightmare. Finally get this wheel back on, and this is finally ready to throw the bumper on, throw the headlights in, get all the stuff on, get it tracked, get on the road. Cheers, guys. So guys, you joined me on a lovely sunny day in the UK, and as you can see, the GTI here, we have no mirror cap. And we have the original mirror cap here. Now this one did come off in the crash. Luckily, at the crash site it was picked up and put back in the car. It's a genuine part, but the tabs have gone. So this, although it clipped back on nicely, it is dirty. Lovely paint. Yeah, we've got some gloss black replacement ones here. Got both sides to do, and then you might just spy here, we've got these. So these are these sequential indicators, more of like a black stealth look to them there. Still got the little indicator bit that goes through onto the inside, and that is because on the other side of the car this one's cracked. So as you can see, I've moved back round, and apparently we're driving a Blue Motion. We're not driving a Blue Motion, it is a GTI. Still also have the old bonnet on because I've just not got around swapping the new one on yet. But yeah, so it still works, but as you can see this one's cracked, house impact, and this is broken. So yeah, we'll get on to replacing both of those today. And there we have it. So now we have our new mirror cap, our new indicator strip, which runs nicely along. I'll do the other side and I'll show both. And just like that, we now have got rid of the old mirror cap, we've got the new mirror cap on. So I'll just flick the hazards on and show you what that looks like. And there we have it. the dynamic indicator, the sweeping one.